Talk about it with Franjez. Today we have two special guests, the hosts of the podcast, Double the Hustle, and the owners of Long Island Cannabis Company, Anna and Tori Traina.
Thank you so much for having us. We're honestly so excited because this is the first podcast that we've been on outside of ours.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
I'm
we've
excited
never
too.
been-
We're excited to get asked the question.
It's like
Perfect.
we're in the car on the way up here, and I was just like, wow, today's going to be like different. I'm like, I got like nervous. I was like, I have to answer all the questions now. It's not going to be me answering the questions. I'm like sitting there thinking like, what am I going to say about like my story? But yeah, it's the first time that we've been on somebody else's podcast and not ours. So I'm really excited to
Perfect.
be here. And
I'm more excited now. I didn't know that. When I was doing research, I was looking for those episodes because I don't like asking the same question somebody else did, but I didn't find anything.
but now
you're-
now
you
I
got
know why I
the
didn't find
first
anything.
You got the first shot.
Perfect. I'm excited. So let's start from the beginning. Where were you guys born?
So we were born on Long Island. We lived in Nassau County for the beginning part of our life up until middle school, and then as we were going to transition into high school, our family moved to Suffolk County, so a little bit further east on Long Island. But
So Long Island is two separate counties?
Yep.
yeah,
I didn't even know that.
yeah.
That's interesting.
Nassau, like you have your Queens that goes
Yeah.
into Nassau, and then Nassau goes into Suffolk.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, so what type of kids were you? What were you into?
Me and Tor were like when we were kids, we're the same person.
Yeah.
Like the same. We did everything together. The only thing that was a little bit different, they dressed us the same when we were younger, but as we grew up, we dressed totally different.
Yeah.
But as kids, like we were like attached at like the hip. You could never go anywhere without seeing Tor or me together.
I
It
bet.
was
But that was your parents. It wasn't like your choice. They dressed you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We would do everything together. We were like the kids that like still had like close friends, but like we were like kids that were into sports. We always did sports, but then like you would find us like always trying to be creative, and like we would do things like we were Girl Scouts, so we would knock on our neighbors' doors selling cookies. We were like always like those hustlers.
Yeah.
We would knock on the door selling like painted rocks. Like always, we were those kids in the summer that were like out till like 9 o'clock at night. You know, like
Nice.
yeah, we were like hustlers trying to be creative. Like didn't I mean before the iPad time, all that came about. But I feel like we were the last generation that was like, always out in the summertime till like 9 o'clock, and then your parents would like come walking the block to try to find you.
Yeah.
And I feel like we benefited from that last generation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%. It's a
Yeah.
whole different life these kids have
Yeah.
now.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It's so different. But I agree. We were always attached, but we always tried to like make money somehow.
Yeah, that
like
was us.
hustling, whether it was just walking around selling something, or like me and Tor did like door-to-door sales at 8, like trying to
eight?
sell something.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
wild.
We always tried to make money or save money to go out and like whatever we wanted, just
Yeah.
save towards it and
I
go
feel
get
like
it.
that you watched Gary Vee, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so you're in his stand store thing, right?
I
we
was,
talked about that.
just finished last week.
Yeah,
wow.
so we talked about that, and I feel like when he always explains that like lemonade stand story,
yeah.
like that was us, like
Yeah.
like we'd be like outside, like trying to think of the next thing to like sell to someone. I'm like, that was us.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? You know where that stemmed from?
I think it was just always seeing like my dad was always an entrepreneur. He
There
never
you go.
worked a job, and when he did work a job, like no offense to my dad, but he could never keep a job because he always thought that he was better than the boss. So when you think you're better than the boss, they fire you, right? So he could never keep a job, and just seeing him like every day do what he wanted on his own time, he always was like that cool guy to us growing up. Like he was always the superhero. We always wanted to be with him, do
Yeah.
what he was doing, whatever. He always was like the cool guy. Like even when our friends seen him, they were like, wow, your dad's so cool.
Yeah.
And it just like rubbed off, and like we wanted to do and be the same way. And we always seen my mom. I think the other side of it was my mom always worked a job. growing up.
Yeah.
And we would always see her get up in the morning, do the same thing, drive us to school, go work the entire day. We had to go to like an aftercare program because she was still at work, and then she would pick us up at the end. And her being locked in those hours, she was never able to do like,
we saw like
what
both
she
sides.
wanted. So we were able to see both sides, and kind of it was like the best of both worlds for
choose
us.
one. Yeah.
Like which one do you want?
Your father seemed happier doing entrepreneur stuff.
Yeah,
right? The
yeah.
employees are not that happy.
No, I mean, my mom, she loves her job, and she'll
Oh,
always
good.
say that. But I'm like, Mom, you could totally get a better job for the experience you have, for how hard you work. You could be
Yeah.
better. And you could tell she's like, my job's so great, and I'm like, yeah, it is, but there's so much more out there. And
Absolutely.
it's
Yeah.
hard to break somebody out of that mindset when they've been somewhere for 20 plus years, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But just seeing my dad always hustle, I feel like I was like, that's what I want, you know.
Yeah.
Where I
that
want to
definitely what it
be.
sounds
Be able to
like.
get what you want. Yeah.
But that definitely was it growing up, wanting to have money and be like that and buy whatever you
Yeah.
want whenever you want, you know. So
What was your mother doing for work?
my mom, she sells liability insurance
Okay.
to like doctors,
psychiatrists.
psychiatrists, stuff like that. So she's done that for
Ever.
our whole
Yeah.
our whole life. And it's just like a desk job, you know. So she goes in and comes home, and
Yeah.
it's nothing more. And
9 to 5, yeah.
It pays the bills, right? But
Yeah.
she can't do everything she wants. So it's, I think, going from seeing somebody who could do whatever they want, like my dad, and succeeding and having money, to somebody who is happy but can't do whatever they want always, you know.
Yeah.
That
The freedom.
geared
freedom.
us in the entrepreneur
Travel whenever
way.
you want. Yeah. Still be able to. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When did your parents split?
Oh, they've been split up since we're like
Maybe 2.
2. Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't even have memory of them together.
no,
not
not
at
at all.
Okay.
Like we see like pictures, but I don't really remember like from that age
Yeah.
much.
We were too
So
young.
Nice.
they've always been separated in our day
That's
to
the
day.
best way to separate where the kids aren't affected. When
Yeah.
you grow up and this is the norm, it doesn't affect you in a negative
Yeah.
way.
We talked about that. We had someone on our podcast that his parents like split up when he was like maybe 18 or 19, maybe even older than that. And like he'll tell you like that fucked me up. Like that
Absolutely.
was yeah.
Absolutely.
And we were like, so maybe we don't know, but maybe it was better when we were small.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm
it
saying?
is. Absolutely. it
Yeah,
is.
just because there's you see both ways. Yeah, it's like when somebody grows up somewhere. Let's say if you grow up in a different country, like you don't know what. Like the grass
else
is
would be-
greener, that side. You never seen that
Absolutely.
side, so you don't even know it. You think where you are is, the best
Yeah.
for you. When you see both, that's when you contemplate like which side you want to
It's
go.
better.
You know?
Yeah.
It's funny
That's
you say
true.
it's funny you say different countries because like from being from New York, our vacations are like on a beach, on an island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those people want to live here.
Yeah, yeah. They want to come. They want to see New York,
Yeah,
or like
we want to be there. They want to be here.
yeah, they want to see like the big city kind of
Yeah,
places.
you want what you can't have is the thing.
Always.
That's
Always.
human nature. We always want more and different.
Yeah, I think
Once you
that's
get what you want, now you want something else.
yeah. It's so. I think that's something to really like tap into, especially growing up as like a teenager and like realizing that. I feel like I've realized that at a young age, and that is like so important. If you can control that, I think you will be very successful, because having that ability to control it,
And, like, slow down?
and
Yeah.
slow down and just be like, everything happens for a reason, and at a point you can kind of just like be okay with everything that's going to happen,
like,
instead
taking
of
the
always
moment, yeah.
chasing,
I feel like
what
that
you
speeds up
don't have.
life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Appreciating
Chasing, yeah.
gratitude. You have to appreciate the moment.
Yeah.
What you have. That's hard.
It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
It
It's
is.
patience too.
Absolutely.
I think more of that, because when I was a kid, not that I didn't have patience, but I just feel like, you want everything. But if you could teach like your kids to have like patience and wait for, something like gratification, and just always like, it's not, you don't need it right now, and it's like the journey of getting there. I think that it's super strong to like building like a good person or young adult. And I think that our
That's the only
parents
way.
did like a really good job of that, because I've realized that if you don't, you're always just going to be chasing.
Absolutely.
You want everything that you don't have. Doesn't everybody does.
Yeah.
But when you get it, you want to go back.
Or like to the next thing. Yeah.
So it's just about like
Absolutely.
being
Super hard.
happy now where you are, and eventually just keep going,
That's
growing
it.
and growing, and just be happy, in the moment, and do what makes you happy, because
Absolutely.
if not, you're always going to be chasing.
The work is where everything is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like everybody wants to be the boss, but they don't realize all the work and
Yeah.
responsibility and stress that goes into being the boss.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's hard, It's not easy to have patience and do that, but that's honestly like what it takes.
It's the only way.
Yeah.
It's literally the only way.
patience.
Super important.
So let's get back to the childhood.
Yeah.
Both houses, what's the food and what's the music played?
Our dad's side is very Italian.
Okay.
So always like like Sunday dinner, like family style, like everything like that. And music, I would say like 90s hip hop, like always.
Yeah, I would
Even
agree.
early 2000s like
I would
hip hop,
agree.
like always that. But then like our mom's was very different because we lived with our grandparents on my mom's side. It would be food-wise?
Food-wise, it's just like very like Americanized, I feel like.
Is she American?
Our grandma from
little
our
bit
mom's
Italian.
side, she was a little bit Italian, but my grandpa, his family's from England, and they were like English. But
Completely
it was
different cuisine.
Yeah, but it was very like Americanized food. Like Friday was pizza night, right? Like in every house on the block. Like, and then it was like, I remember she would make us like sloppy joes. You know what those are?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So she would make like Wednesday would be sloppy joes, and then the same every week it would be the same thing.
yeah.
Every day, and one day we would have like breakfast for dinner. It was just like the normal, not like any type of
Totally two different like
Yeah.
cuisine. Like it
Or
was
like
meatloaf
tradition, like
one
whatever
night.
you would call it. Yeah, like
Yeah.
totally different.
Yeah, it was not
And they
cultured at
they
all.
listened
It was
to, like, their
American.
old time music,
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
What do you
Yeah,
mean?
she
Like
was.
what?
She
Like,
was not. I'm trying to think of what grandma used to listen to, but
Was it like rock or like Frank Sinatra?
no,
I
no.
don't.
Disco?
I couldn't even tell
Neither.
you. Like
You don't even know.
she would always have like. I couldn't even tell you what the music was, but she would like listen to like a record player. Like she loved record, so she would have like records, and then her
Yeah.
record player would be going. I couldn't tell you the music though. I don't even.
Yeah, I couldn't
remember.
tell you the music either. I'm trying to think of like a song that she
Yeah,
loved, but I can't. I don't even remember. But it wasn't like any kind of food that like is
Yeah.
like
It was American.
yeah, it was just
American,
like
yeah.
Two totally
regular
different houses, kind of.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah.
supermarket food. Like, really like bland and not
Yeah.
seasoned probably at all.
I see. I know exactly what you mean. So when it comes to music, do you guys remember the first music you guys got for yourself? Downloaded or bought? Anything? First one you got for yourself?
When we were growing up, we used to have like, you remember the little iPod Nanos?
Absolutely.
Like that was like our first
Yeah,
like
that was our first one. Or
big
like the
thing
big
that everybody
ones with,
wanted,
the
like
screen.
the
Yeah.
square one that you just
Yeah.
plugged a jack into, and it was
Absolutely.
clipped onto like the side of your pants.
Yeah.
It had like
Absolutely.
the little clip on it. That was the first kind of
like iPod we got.
technology we had to
Yeah.
use, which we were like going crazy for, and you collect them in different colors.
Absolutely.
I think we had like the pink one.
I had
It's
a
like a
pink one,
bright
yeah.
pink one. But I feel like I'm trying to think like the first music that we listened to. It had to be like some kind of like pop like culture, like little kid music, probably like Justin Bieber or something
Or
like
kids,
that.
Kids Bop, you know that? Like,
Yeah.
that's what it's called, Kids
Yeah,
Bop.
Kids
I think.
Bop.
Something like that,
It's
right?
like covers, but for kids.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
Yeah,
Definitely
something
that.
like that. I wish I had to like go back and see. I probably sold mine to get money to one of the neighbors to buy something else that I wanted. So
Nice.
they probably have all of my own music, but yeah, I think it was probably something along those
Yeah.
lines.
Nice.
That's
Do you
funny.
guys remember the moment because you guys had everything together, similar clothes,
Yeah.
similar everything, because it was just easier.
Yeah.
You guys are the same age, probably the same size, get the
Literally.
same stuff. You're shopping at the same store.
Yeah.
You remember when you started feeling as an individual? Like, when was that moment where, like, we're not exactly the same? We don't have to wear the same thing. Like, when was that moment?
So I think
Honestly, not that long ago.
No way.
yeah, no. Well, I think there's a difference between us not dressing the same.
Yeah.
That happened
Yeah.
probably in like middle school, like 5th to 6th grade, because I would dress in more like boys' clothes, and I would like want to wear my dad's clothes and like do like all
Yeah.
these things, or like go outside in shorts, and it was like winter out, and my
What?
mom's like, "What are you doing? You can't go outside with shorts
Literally.
on." I'm like, "Mom, please, it's not that cold. Like, I want to wear shorts," and she'd be like,
My
"No."
legs don't get cold.
Yeah. And
Yeah, the dressing was.
the dressing was probably in middle school, probably 6th grade.
Yeah.
We separated. But as far as like identity goes,
Yeah.
like being together, that didn't happen till after college.
Yeah, after into
Really?
college.
Yeah. Because we went to college together. Me and Tor were recruited to row at Temple University for college, and we went together. We got recruited together. We went on the team. We were, roommates together, so we always had each other. And it wasn't until I got in a relationship that
Yeah.
we split. And
Wait, in what sense, though? You guys are
Just
still dorming, right? You're dorming up there, but
Yeah.
not as roommates?
no, so we came home. So
Because COVID hit, our sister passed away.
yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you. And then COVID hit like right after that. So we were like, let's just move to a community college. We didn't know more sports, whatever. So we came home. And then probably like a year into COVID, she got into a relationship, not like splitting, but like we just like that like made us distance ourselves. Like
Yeah.
not that like our relationship like suffered, but like we were like growing apart from each other. So like that's not until that's when like our identity really like
probably like maybe 5 or 6 years ago.
she would go like parties by herself. I would go out do what I'm saying? Like that would never happen before that. Like,
that's
we'd
when I
always
lived.
be-
I lived in Poughkeepsie
Yeah.
for like half of the week, and then me and my partner would come down to Long Island and stay at my house, and then we would go back up, and we would travel a lot back
Yeah.
and forth, and that's when probably we started to like find our own selves.
Yeah, find our own- yeah, before
because
that?
we were like glued together before that.
How did you handle that?
fine. Because we were always we always did things together. I feel like COVID kind of helped that, if that makes sense. She stopped going to college and I still went. So like it was kind of like during that time. It wasn't I don't know. I feel like it was a very slow transition, even though we're making it seem like it was very drastic.
Yeah.
It just sounds like it was abrupt.
Yeah, it wasn't really that, but like we always like we did things like together. Like I was always just like the third wheel, so like we'd go
okay.
everywhere
Alright.
together. You know what I'm
Alright,
saying? But like
That's true.
yeah, like
Make
we
it sound
just
horrible.
yeah,
but it was not. It
But
was
it's like
not.
it was,
I mean,
yeah.
You guys said split.
just,
It
like-
sounded dramatic.
Yeah, like now after that, like after that relationship, like you'll hear us say like now we're like way closer. So
Yeah.
like it was just like I don't know, like
it's a learning curve.
yeah. I don't.
It's a
I'm
learning
not sure
curve,
how
you
to-
know? Like, I
how
feel
to
like-
explain it, but like
It was the first time we experienced that.
Yeah.
So it was very drastic.
yeah.
And I feel like next time, like when I'm in a relationship, like it's like you learn and you
Yeah.
and you move and
Now
you grow,
if one of
you
us gets
know?
into a relationship, now we know.
what to expect.
Nice.
Yeah, it
Let's
was-
get back to junior high. So what's junior high like? What are you guys into? Are you guys this is when you start dressing different. So I'm assuming a little more things are changing differently.
Yeah, things changed a little bit. We still did sports together.
yeah.
And is what, basketball at this time?
Always
yes.
played basketball.
Okay.
Yeah.
We always played basketball, but we also we weren't in any of the same classes. They didn't put us in any of the same classes. So even in elementary school, we were never in the same classes. But I think that helped us, honestly, because if we were in the same class,
Absolutely.
it probably would have made our attachment way worse.
Absolutely.
Yeah, even though we were really close, it would have been.
It would have been even
extremely-
worse.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
absolutely.
a lot of twins say that they were in the same class, and I thank God that they didn't let us be in the same
Yeah.
classes, even though we wanted
We
to
really
be.
would have had no friends.
We have 2 friends now. We really would have had none. It's the real
Absolutely.
part.
No, really.
Yeah. It would have been bad. But in junior high, we played sports. You know, we had the same friend group as you know as.
We would always hang out together.
Yeah.
So it really wasn't that.
But we just did sports. We really didn't really do much more than that.
We were always like sports kids.
Tori
running
smarter
around.
than me. She was in like higher classes, you know, like those
Nice.
above level classes, and I'm just like, yep, right here, extra help in reading. Hello, sign me up. But yeah,
Who was born first? Do you know?
I was.
And
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
we're 11 minutes apart.
11 minutes.
Yeah.
Nice. Very nice. The the wearing the same clothes, junior high, that's when it ended.
Yeah,
I would say so.
yeah. I
Okay.
started to wear like jumpsuits and like dress in like different like sports clothes, I guess, like men's sportswear. And Tor, you didn't really wear that.
No.
Yeah.
All right. The feeling each other's emotions. When were you guys aware of that?
I would
what
say
age?
really young, honestly. I feel like if you were, people always say like explain like the twin telepathy thing, right? That I think is more of the emotion that you're talking about, because it's not like people are like in a movie you'll be like, oh my god, finish the same sentence. You know, people always say that like, you know, can you say the exact thing she's thinking? But it's more like on an emotional level, like very very deeply. And I feel like that happened at like a very young age, because like if you were to tell me that like my sister was upset, or like I saw my sister upset, like I would feel like I'm crying. Like if my sister was crying, like I'd feel like very drained, like all of a sudden like very sad, like, and I can't like really get myself out of that. But even to now, like,
Yeah.
and like even I go to school in another country, or like literally just got back. We're apart for that 4 months. It feels like a lifetime. And even if she's like sad at home, I'm like, yo, what's like, I'm feeling this way. Like, are you like angry, sad? Like, what's going on? Like, I'll call her. And like, it's on an emotional level, like very deeply. I'm sure if you like talk to other twins about it, they'll feel the same way. Even on our podcast, like when we talk to twins, they're like, it's a very like deep emotional connection.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. When did you guys notice that? Because
Very
that
young.
seems very
I
intuitive,
would say like
you know?
I would say like elementary school.
Really?
Yeah. Elementary. Later on in elementary
Later
school.
on elementary, but yeah.
Early middle school, I would feel like,
I'd say
because
like between 8 to 10. If I had to like put an age range on it, right?
I think, yeah, because like
maybe
when we would go to school and I would be upset,
yeah.
like, would you feel upset to like go to school?
very.
Yeah, so I think
That's what I wanna talk about,
That
that.
happened probably like 6th grade.
Okay.
6th, 7th
Yeah.
grade.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like she would hate going to school. Like every morning,
I would cry
like be so
that
upset.
I had
and
to
I'd
go
be
to
like,
school.
I'd
Literally
be like,
hysterical
what?
crying.
Like,
They would have
what's
to
the
drag
matter?
me
Like
out the
whatever.
car.
I'm like trying to like hype her up. Like let's go. We got this. But then like I'd feel like so drained, so sad. But like I was never opposed to like going to school. Like
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say probably.
I think it's more of like an emotional alignment.
Absolutely.
It's
Yeah.
like yeah, it's hard to explain.
is hard
but
to explain,
It's
but
just
I don't
like
know.
being like aligned and like on the same like frequency, but like your own frequency, if that makes sense.
Absolutely, it does.
Yeah.
And I guess because you spend so much time, like, have you ever been like, this happened in my relationship a lot, but in like a relationship, I would never get like anxious. I never had anxiety. I never had like, I don't know, like I just never dealt with it at all. And then I had gotten into a relationship, and the girl that I was in a relationship always got anxious. Like it was just like a thing, like people get anxious, and it would rub off on me. And I'm like, what is this feeling? Like I literally feel like I want to like crawl out of my skin. I've never felt this before. And just because we were hanging out so much, like I felt like the anxiousness would rub off on me, and it wouldn't she would be not anxious anymore, but now I'm anxious.
Oh man.
You know, like I just feel like it's like an emotional sway of like emotions.
Yeah.
And like when you feel that way,
Yeah.
it's eventually gonna swing this way, and I'm gonna get it. You know, so and the more you hang out, I feel like the more emotionally aligned you are, and that is how it transfers almost back and forth.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
What religion? Well, your family practiced when you were coming up.
Catholic.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
You guys are still religious?
Yeah. Very. I mean, not very.
You said, yeah, you're like,
Yes.
I mean, I guess people, it's so like different
Yeah.
now. I feel like everybody has their own I'm religious type of way, but I mean, like I pray every day. I don't go to church, but on Sunday I listen to church that it's called
nice.
Elevation
Like a live-
Church.
yeah.
It's
So-
like live on YouTube.
I don't know if you'd consider that like very religious, but
but-
like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're religious.
good, good.
God is behind me, watching out for me, definitely, that's for sure. So, amen to him, because
Nice, nice.
that is the only reason where I am right now is
Yeah.
because of him, and that's it.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
So I believe a lot in that, and I think over time, our family's not like that, so I'm just trying to grow in that aspect. You know, I feel like it's very hard now to.
Our family was like always church, but like on holidays, kind of like, you
Only.
know, Easter,
Yeah.
Christmas, like
Yeah,
that, you
yeah.
know, but like still like you're like not very, but like religious Italian family,
Yeah.
but like not like going to church every Sunday, like, you know,
Absolutely.
or like
Yeah.
every day, whatever.
Yeah, so it's just I find myself as I'm getting older trying to get more into
into
that
that.
and get like closer to God. It's hard
Yeah.
to do, and you know,
Absolutely,
I feel like the
in a
state of
way-
the world right now is also trying to do that.
What? Get back to it?
Yeah.
Part of the world, yeah.
Yeah, I
But,
find
like, now
Well,
it's
maybe
like-
that's just your feed.
maybe that is just my. I was just
'Cause it's
thinking
both
about that.
ways.
Yeah.
It
I
is
was
both
literally
ways.
just
Some
thinking
people
about
that
that.
are not trying to get closer; they're trying to
Yeah.
run the hell away.
Because
so.
I really feel like that. A lot of people like that I see are like
do.
starting,
It's
and
your
I know
feed.
like you feel that way too. But that may be just our feed because
Yeah.
we're doing that.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
but-
because now with social media, now that there's more like truth out there, and people are
Yeah.
like seeking truth, and you know, religion has its, you know, people don't really believe in it, so
Yeah.
there is a big split now. Some people are very into it, and some people are 100% against it.
against
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I do agree with that, because even like even our little sister, she's not really into it. She like
it just like changed. Like we went to like religion when we were little, like
Yeah.
always did,
Yeah.
and now I feel like none of the kids do.
Yeah.
True.
Or
That's
like
true.
communion,
We had to
whatever
go.
you did, like
Yeah.
it was
communion,
Bible study
Confirmation?
every day. Yeah.
yeah.
You
Like
guys
we
did
all,
both?
Yeah.
I did communion, and I begged my mom to not make me do confirmation.
All right.
And she let me.
But like yeah, like I feel like we like everyone did that when you were little. Like
Absolutely.
you always heard. I feel like now it's like
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's like when we were little, we were never allowed to walk in Nan and Pop's house without taking our shoes off. And if we were chewing gum on the carpets, we would get yelled at because if it fell out of our mouth
Oh,
and stuck
yeah.
to the carpet. Now we could stomp and rub our shoes all over the carpet.
Chew
Nobody
all
would
over
give
the
a
house.
flying hell. You're allowed to drink water in the living room. We were never allowed.
No,
You better
facts.
run if somebody caught you chewing gum, drinking, eating in the living room.
Yeah, in the living room.
Now,
Yeah.
my little sister just walks all. I'm like, we're not allowed to do that. What are you doing? She's like, Nan lets me. I'm like, oh boy,
Wow.
what happened over here? Yeah, did you
No,
ever
that's
have
it.
that? Like in your house growing up, like you weren't
nothing too
allowed to
strict
eat
like
in a
that.
certain area of the house.
In the bedrooms.
Okay.
That was always off.
Yeah.
limits.
Okay.
Besides that, we're pretty free going.
Yeah.
At my nana pops, even my great grandma, she had plastic on her couches.
On her couch.
That's real old school. My grandma
Yeah.
did too.
Yeah,
Very
we
uncomfortable.
still have the chairs.
Very.
Yeah, and cold.
In the summer, it's
My
disgusting.
God, you get up, you're stuck
Yeah.
trying to get yourself off the
It
plastic.
makes you sweat because there's no there's
Yeah,
no breathing in it.
I still have the chairs that
No
have
way.
plastic.
Oh yeah.
They're fresh.
Yeah, if you took the plastic off, they probably need to be rewrapped in plastic, but
Yeah.
it's like that hard
Yeah. it's
hard
gross.
plastic.
Oh,
it's not
okay.
like I don't know.
Not the
it's
loose one.
thick plastic,
Okay.
like thick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still have them. That's so funny because
is.
everything was wrapped in plastic.
Yeah.
You could never
Her couches, chairs, like
everything.
Yeah, that's old school.
yeah.
So the emotion part, I wanted to kind of see if did you guys ever look into it, like what
No.
it is, and like is there a science behind it, or do you guys think of it like more like a spiritual, religious feeling?
I don't know. We were like debating on this, talking to like a doctor on our podcast, like someone that like
What type of
researched
doctor was it?
twins. We were trying to find someone
Yeah.
to like.
Oh, I see.
A
Like, have on.
doctor, I don't know, psychiatrist, like someone
see.
that like
genetic,
has studied,
anything.
Yeah, either twins or like the mind, because like
Yeah.
we find that like so interesting, but like we've never come across someone that's actually
Known
like
about it.
yeah, or like had the knowledge, because like we're not sure, but like it's very interesting. Like
really is.
Yeah, like
It really is.
yeah, and I feel like there's more twins now. Like, there's a lot of twins out there. Maybe you just don't know, but like, even since we're trying to find twins, like on our podcast, we found like so many people that are twins
That you would never know.
That you would never know. Yeah, like you would never know. And people are like, "Oh my god, it's so rare," but like, it's really not. Like, a lot of people are twins, and
People just don't talk about it, honestly.
yeah. And I just think that like it's so interesting, and like we all like everyone that we've had on our pod feel the same exact way like about this, and I'm like.
That
Like
is
someone needs
It's
to do
almost
some
like a
research.
clone, but like a gene off of a clone.
It's kind of weird. I don't know.
You know?
is, yeah.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Like
I
it's
don't
like
think
a
it's
copy.
spiritual, though.
It's definitely not spiritual.
No?
I've met twins that are totally different. You know, that are from
yeah.
each other. I don't think it's spiritual. I think obviously the more you grow up, you get your own like identity and you kind of split. So I don't think that it's spiritual. I think it's perspective and ways that you take things in. I think me and Tor are identical. Maybe that has something to do with it versus like fraternal and how they think. I don't think it's spiritual though. I think it's definitely like a genetic,
Like you're born with like I don't know.
the same things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, just different cosmetic copies or like
Yeah.
some genes that are different.
Maybe
I'd really
influence you
be
differently or
curious to
something,
see
yeah.
if our genes are like match up, like on paper,
I
like
think they do. I'm pretty sure. They're
but like
100% identical.
exactly or like what
No, I
is
think they're
different than
100%.
I know DNA is different.
DNA is 100%.
DNA is different.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. But
Oh.
genes, I'm not too sure the
Yeah.
big difference with genes.
which could be very interesting, but that's how I see it, more of like it's like a clone, just like a few different genes swapped
Few
out.
Or
different
something,
things,
yeah, or like
yeah.
something
Yeah.
influenced you differently, or
Because
you know
it's
what I'm saying?
different than like
Absolutely.
being a brother and a sister.
Yeah.
like 100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
So we
that
have other
comes-
siblings too.
Yeah.
That comes from like two siblings could look totally different.
Yeah. Right.
You know? It's just like the same. I think like our eggs split into two.
I think it's one
One
egg.
egg.
One egg
One
that
egg.
splits.
Fraternal is 2 eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think that they might be different. We have
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Have we done we've
Fraternal?
done excuse me, we've done fraternal, which are the two Black ID twins.
Okay.
They were fraternal, but they were both boys. We haven't done a girl and a boy, right? Mm-mm. I wonder if that. We do have a boy and a girl set of twins in our family. They're close.
But they do totally different things.
They do totally different things, totally different careers. But yeah, I'd be interested to see like actually like what
Yeah.
their,
Absolutely.
their mindset is like, or
Emotions
their
are, yeah.
emotions. Yeah. Because it's definitely not, it's not spiritual. I don't think
we
so
actually
at
have
all.
2 sets of boy and girl twins.
In the
Brianna
family.
and Nick and Nicole
Wow.
and
Yeah.
Rob.
Yeah.
But they're 2 different like sides. One from my mom's side, one's from our dad's side.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see.
I feel like they're less
I know
connected
that they're close,
than we are.
But Brianna and Nick are really close. They're like really close. I don't think as close as we
Yeah.
are, but yeah, I would be interested
I think
to
it's.
see like.
I
how-
think they're more like brother and sister than they are like.
Oh, yeah.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So I think our connection is different, but again, you know, it's just
Yeah.
how I think it's also plays a role in like how we grew up.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were the only 2 together until we were 15.
No, 8,
No,
9.
that young.
Yeah,
How old is Devin?
she was born in 2012. Oh no, sorry, 11.
11.
Born in 2001.
So we were
11
alone
years.
until 11, so growing up that whole time.
Yeah.
Just us 2, you know?
Absolutely.
We followed each other. It's like going and getting, like you said before, like 2 dogs. Like if you go adopt 2 dogs at the same time, just have them grow up together, do everything together. They're going to follow each other.
Yeah.
Then you take another one and throw it in. They're not going to be as close as
100%.
the other
Yeah,
2
yeah,
are,
yeah.
you know? So
Yeah.
I just feel like it's...
Yeah, that stuff I get. It's when you guys are far apart from each other and still feel
And
the
still
same.
feel.
That's the part that stands out to me. Because
Yeah.
like I've had friends where we've been such close friends for years.
Yeah.
We're on the same page.
Yeah.
I know what he's thinking and vice versa.
Yeah.
But it's like when you guys are apart, that's the part that's like really unique.
Even
Yeah.
we had Moshe, the Watch King. I'm sure you know who he is. He's huge. He's a watch flipper down in the Diamond District.
Oh, yes.
Moshe.
Yes.
Okay, so
He's
we
a
had
twin.
Moshe on
Did
our
you know that?
podcast.
He's what?
He's a twin.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So he came on our
Identical?
podcast.
No way
Yes,
he did.
identical. His twin looks
Wow.
identical.
That's our best performing podcast this year by
I
far,
bet.
was from him.
I bet.
But he came on and he talks about a story that he was sitting on the couch one night and he got like a sharp stabbing pain in his stomach. And he like sat up and was like, "You have to call my brother." And he called his brother, and his brother had gotten in a car accident.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've never come across that type of feeling.
Yeah.
Because it's more emotional for us. And I know when she's down, but that kind of like physical feeling and something actually happening, like I've never felt that, but twins say that that does happen. And when he told me that story, I literally got like chills.
Wow.
Because he like felt something and knew that something was wrong. And
That's
associated
interesting.
like that stabbing pain, I have to call my brother right now,
Yeah.
and he had gotten into an accident, which was very scary.
That's
Yeah.
the part that I want to try to
That something
figure out.
that severe hasn't happened to us, but like I could definitely like
feel
like when something's wrong. Yeah.
very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's move on to high school.
Yeah.
So in junior high, you guys were on the basketball team, or you guys just played for
Yeah.
fun?
Yep.
Basketball
Oh, the actual
team.
team. Okay.
Yeah.
In high school, same thing. You guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were in high school. We had then from Levittown, we played for middle school. And then in high school, we moved to Dix Hills, which is in Suffolk County. And we played for Dix Hills throughout our high school. And then we went to college after that and did a totally different sport. So
Rowing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
yeah.
I'm very interested about that. So high school, what's life like now? What are you guys into? Anything change? Anything that stands out?
Life was in high school, you know, like our circle got smaller.
Yeah.
Right? We went into high school. It was a totally different school. We didn't really make friends during that time. Our sister had gotten sick in 9th grade. She had gotten leukemia, and she was really young. So at that point in our life, me and Tor had to step up and become adults quicker than like we wanted to, I would say. Not that I think it's a bad thing at all, but
No.
quicker than most people would. We went to high school. Our sister became sick. We got on the basketball team, of course, that year. But at home, we had to step up. So we never had time to be with our friends or make friends or do
Yeah.
anything like that. We had to come home. At that time, our parents and Victoria were breeding a lot of dogs. We bred French bulldogs and American bullies. And then about that time, we had about 20 dogs in our house.
Wow. Yeah.
And when our sister was in the hospital with our stepmom, we were the only ones to take care of the dogs. So we had to step up at home and be, you know, kind of taking care of the house and doing all those things that our stepmom, you know, would have been doing. So it was kind of a little bit crazy for us. We stepped up, and at that point inside, we were still entrepreneurs. So we're always still looking for our next hustle, trying to make money, trying to move up, trying to sell dogs, go big on social media to sell our dogs at that point. So it was a weird time for us because it was just like school, basketball, come home, and, you know, do our next business. So it was different for us. It wasn't like hang out and party, which I'm grateful for because me and Tor don't do that now, and I feel like that's where you kind of...
Yeah, that was a definitely like big influence back to like the entrepreneurship. I would say that like our high school when we didn't really like party or like go through that phase.
Yeah.
That was definitely like a business like check, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For that style of life, I guess you would say.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was kind of our high school. We did that all throughout high school. Our sister was good for, 2 years? A year and
Something
a
like
half?
that. Yeah, like...
And then in our senior year, she relapsed again. And then that's when she kind of started her battle And then as we went into college, we did our first semester at Temple, and then she passed away during our first semester at Temple.
So you guys got a scholarship to Temple?
No,
we walked on the team.
Okay.
We walked on the team at Temple, and we're both picked to row.
Yeah.
Why that school?
So at that time, during our last year in high school, our cousin, who was a huge influence to us, played at LaSalle in Pennsylvania. And every probably
like
Tuesday
10-15 minute drive from Temple.
Yeah, but every Tuesday and like Friday, we would go watch her play soccer. She got like recruited to play soccer D1 there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she was a huge influence on us. So as we were going there every weekend, it became like fun to go there, and a second place that we loved. So when we were looking for schools, that became the place that we were looking, because it was probably a little bit of comfort. We knew she was there and could always watch after us and be there for us whenever we needed her. So
But it was like also away from home. Like, you know?
Yeah. So we ultimately started looking over there, and we ended up at Temple.
Nice.
Yeah.
When you guys went there, what were you trying to get? What type of degree?
Sports medicine was our degree.
The both of you? Mm-hmm. Okay.
We did the
And
same thing.
Yep, the same thing. And then eventually, nobody stayed there.
No, you didn't graduate?
Nope.
No, so we transferred home.
Okay.
When COVID hit, our sister passed away. Our sister passed away in November. COVID, I think, hit like that January.
Yeah,
maybe,
yeah,
or
it was.
February, something like that.
Something like that, early winter.
And so we were like, you know what, we're going to transfer home during that like holiday period. We transferred to Brooklyn College for that spring semester. And then we were like, Brooklyn's not really for us. Like, we had to take the train and then a subway every day to class. And
It was rough.
honestly, like at that time, it went online. So like we were so lucky to not like have to do that the whole semester.
Yep.
Yeah.
So then after that summer for the fall semester, we transferred to Queens.
Okay.
And then I finished there, and she
I didn't
didn't
finish.
finish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you got the degree
Yeah, I
for
got the
medicine.
degree in biology.
Biology.
I
okay.
switched over because then after I graduated from that, now I'm in vet school. So I'm going to become a veterinarian.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was the goal when you chose biology, was to be a vet?
Not at all.
Okay.
We're going to do sports medicine together and do like
Okay.
physical therapy for athletes.
Yep.
That was our whole plan. When COVID hit, I came back home, and all of like the dogs and like the breeding and all that kind of like switched like in my head. Like maybe I had a conversation with someone during my sister's funeral that was like something like, it would be so cool if you and your sister became veterinarians, because you already know everything behind the dogs. Like, that'd be super dope. Twins who are veterinarians. And I was like, like, that's a great idea. Like, this had never come across my head before about becoming a veterinarian, whatever. When we were little, like, of course, like, that was probably one of my jobs that I would like want to become, when you're like write it on the board or whatever. But like, honestly, that was like never a thing for me. And all of a sudden, like I had that conversation, and then my brain was just like, maybe that's it. Like, I'm going to switch and go for that. And I switched to biology and to Queens. And then from there, it was like, I'm doing that.
Nice. And why did you drop out? You didn't want to do medicine anymore? Well,
Yeah, at that time, let's see, we went into college. Once we came home, when we switched from Brooklyn to Queens was when I got into a relationship. And I was like,
Yeah, it's true. I didn't realize that.
this is not going to work for me. I was going to school. I didn't really know what I wanted to do, what I was going for. I don't think that they had sports medicine.
No, they didn't.
At the college that we were going to. So I was like, there's no point in me doing this.
Yeah.
So I dropped out. I was like, I'm not going to go. I'm going to figure out what I want to do. It's really crazy now, but growing up, like I always like saved money to like be able to, do whatever I wanted. So when I dropped out, like I was comfortable. Like I had always saved for like a rainy day.
Yeah.
But at that point, I was in a relationship and I was having so much fun, and it was like irresponsible, but I blew through everything that I had.
Oh man.
Everything. When I say everything, I would always say to my ex-girlfriend, like, it's gonna come back, it's gonna come back, it's gonna come back, and she would always just like be like, no, that's not how it works. And I never listened, right? And when you never listen, it never works out. So I kept blowing money, thought I was the shit, lost it all. And at that point, I was like, I gotta do something. Now, she was working at a pizzeria for hours a day, 12 hours a day, shifts, just like banging out shifts. And I was like, she makes a lot of money. Like, I could do that. And so at that point, she was like, you know, so-and-so, and it was a pizzeria owner down on Long Island. She was like, you should ask for a job there. Start doing what I do, but on Long Island. And I was like, all right, cool. Like, I could do that. Like, I could work at a pizzeria. So she made me get the job at the pizzeria. I got a job at the pizzeria, and for the next year straight, I worked 60 hours a week, Monday through Friday, 10 to 10. And I saved up as much as I could. I wouldn't recommend that to anybody, but if you want to get out, that's how you get out. You wake up and work, and you have no time to spend your money. And I feel like that, her making me get that job is something that saved me. It taught me how to work because I've never had a job in my life at that point, and I just thought that it was going to happen. And that wasn't the case at all. But it also taught me like how to put my head down and work for somebody else, which my dad could never do. So I never seen that because he was always the one working, doing his own thing, doing this, doing that. And I was like, I'm too good to work for somebody. And he was, when I was in high school and I was like, can I get a job? He was like, no. And I'm grateful for that because people have started working when they were young and are burnt out by the time they're in their mid-20s.
Absolutely.
For me, that wasn't the case. So when I was 21 and I got a job, I wanted to bust my ass to make as much money as I could. So I saved a lot of money by the next year. And then I was able to try to look for something else and get into something else. And that's when I got into real estate and started doing that. My cousin is a mortgage broker, and she was like, come work for me. And I was like, I don't really want to sit at a desk job. That's not me. Like, I run around the pizzeria all day. I fell in love with this business, like literally working with my hands.
Yeah.
I can't sit at a desk. And she was like, okay, why don't you try being a real estate agent? You don't have to sit at a desk at all. You just show houses and drive around. And it's not as easy as that, but that's what sold me. And I was like, yeah, sure. And I love it now. It's amazing. I would never trade it for anything else. But that's how I got into real estate, and
Nice.
we're off. That's it.
Nice.
And the other businesses that we have, I can't say too much, but me and Tor just bought a business, and it's the accelerant. Whenever you find something, you just get into it and try it. And if it fails, it fails. You start over from zero. We say that all the time. Like, if you don't ever try, you're never going to know.
100%.
Let's buy the business. If it fails, guess what? We're back at zero where we were 5 years ago, and you start over again. You go get that job and you work 60 hours a week, and you save your money to do it again, and maybe this time it'll work.
Absolutely.
And you just
Every
keep doing
successful
that.
person failed many times.
Yeah.
It's 100%.
Yeah.
There's no way around
And
it.
that
People are
was
so
just
scared to fail.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
I mean, it's scary.
It sucks.
It scares.
It
Yeah.
sucks.
It still scares us.
Seeing
but-
zero in your bank account is something that I never want to feel again.
Yeah.
You know? I'm serious.
But like, if you know how to work, like it won't. Like
Yeah.
you can always go back to getting your 9 to 5. So
Yeah.
like,
Absolutely.
yeah. And as long as you're a good worker, they'll always take you back.
yeah.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
you never burn your bridges, and
Absolutely.
it's like never. What do they say? Never bite the hand that feeds you.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
you keep a good relationship, and I feel like that's life. The more
is.
relationships you build, you're gonna be successful no
Yeah.
matter what.
Absolutely.
Like, it's just that's it. Just shake hands, and the
Absolutely.
more hands you shake, the more people
One's
you
gonna
meet,
hit, and then-
one you're gonna link with and figure out. Oh, that's what I want to do.
Absolutely.
And you'll be so successful at it that
Where did you guys get this knowledge? Because there's not regular people stuff you guys are saying. Do you guys read books, or is it your father dropping these gems on you? Because I figure he's the entrepreneurial one. He has this mindset.
I don't think we've quite figured that out yet.
No way.
I think
you guys
honestly,
definitely got it
it's a lot
somewhere.
of watching and hearing other
Okay.
people, or like who you're. Our dad always put us around like the best people.
There you go.
In like he would always be next to like this person, or he might not even know them, but like he would bring us around those people that were the best people in those rooms. And not that we've ever said hi to them, we're respectful to them, but not even had a conversation, but listened to what they said to my dad, or vice versa, you know, like just watching and listening to those certain people that he brought us around.
Yeah, I don't really
I think
know.
it would be that.
It's a little bit hard to track down like where we learned it from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because nobody in our family is like us. Essentially, everybody works a regular job.
Your father sounds like the closest thing.
My dad is probably the closest thing.
And it makes sense. His circle
But
are
yeah.
people like him.
Yeah, it would probably be the closest thing to like how we learned it, but I also feel like it's a lot of like just like trial and error. You know, like we met.
We're
My
trying
dad
to build our own relationships. He builds a lot of relationships. He was always the person that like, and we always admire that. We'd be walking into somewhere and the people would be like, "You're Anthony Traina's twins."
Yeah.
Always. And we're like, "How do you know that? Like, what? How do you know my dad? Like, how is he known by so many people? Like," and we're always like, "We want to be those people."
Yeah.
Like, oh my, like,
Yeah.
the Traina
Yeah.
twins. Like, what's like, how did you get here? Whatever, right? We always thought about that. And he was always the person to like not be the lowest man on the totem pole, but like he was always in the room with way bigger people than he was.
Those are the rooms to be in.
Yeah.
And so I think that like I don't know exactly how we saw that, heard it, but like I don't know, we were always in just like listening and hearing to everyone else, and then go back home and we'd have a conversation like, how the hell did we get like that?
Yeah, how did we do that?
That is what we do every time we meet someone way bigger than we are.
Yeah.
Nice.
We'll go home on our drive home, we'll be like, we want to be like that. Or
Yeah.
take one trait from however we just learned and be like, how could we do that tomorrow?
It's also about asking, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
people are scared to ask.
Absolutely.
And like Tor said, in our hometown, like everybody knows our dad. And it's just like using that to build your own relationships
Yeah.
too, you know? Like over with real estate, even through real estate, I've met so many people that know my dad. And it's just like shaking the hand. And our dad has put out such a good reputation that it's easy to follow.
Yeah.
So when you do good business and people like you, they
You're
come
referred
back.
and yeah.
You're referred, you know.
Absolutely.
And since our dad has set that standard, it's easy to follow, but it's even easier to follow and make our own way. Also,
Absolutely.
we see him doing it. We see other people doing it, and you eventually learn from those people.
Yeah.
I mean, our dad doesn't go as far as like reading books and like self-development and like doing all this stuff. He's not really like into that, but just the people that he's around and seeing those working people, he's not the biggest guy, but when you see that other guy that's big in the same room, like you just shake hands and
Absolutely.
it's easy.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I got that 100%.
Yeah.
Let's step back a little bit. I want to get into rowing.
Yeah.
You guys are into basketball. You guys go to
Yeah.
college. And then how did you guys get into rowing and not basketball in college?
Well, the basketball team was not accepting walk-ons
Really?
at a D1 level like that.
It's very rare that
They don't.
anyone was looking for walk-ons.
Yeah, I think.
It's like scouting from high
Oh
school.
yeah, yes.
Okay.
So, growing up, me and Tor did a lot of CrossFit. That was our
Okay.
second to basketball. We were in CrossFit, doing CrossFit competitions at our local gym, and we got really big into that.
That doesn't have to do with school. That's all outside
Nope,
of
that's
school.
all
Yeah.
outside
Okay.
to stay in shape for basketball. That's what we
Okay.
did in the summer. That's what we just how we found a community, like a gym, but like it's it's a community gym
Absolutely.
that you go to. It's not just like regular.
Yeah.
But if you know anything about CrossFit, you use an erg in CrossFit to row
Yeah. Okay.
when you do workouts. and we knew that we know how to do that. So when we seen that the rowing team was
Taking walk-ons.
Yeah, I don't even remember how we came across
me
that.
and Tor were like, that's us.
Yeah.
We know how to do that. We can do
That's
that. Yeah, that's us. Like,
No, literally.
So
we
we-
literally ran the tryout was like I think running a mile, right?
the tryout was over periods of days.
I remember
But
like running the track. I don't
It was
remember
running
much,
and it was rowing on an erg.
but- okay.
It was and some other physical things. But I knew that
Oh yeah. we
me
were on
and
the
Tor
turf.
had to level up because we knew how to use an erg. We knew how to use it, and we had done CrossFit. We had,
Yeah.
done fast-paced workouts and all these things, and it translated well. So when we went to the tryouts, I remember getting questioned and being like, "So what happens if we only take one of you?" And I was like, "No."
You're like,
No, that's not possible. Like, I remember
Like-
trying to state my case. Like, we are like one brain. If you want to win, you'll put us in the same boat. It's
But
like having
listen to this. We were never
in the
put
same
in the
boat.
same boat.
Yeah. Never. They fucked
Not
that up.
once.
Never.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
But
Yeah.
they after the first tryout, we made the cut, and they put us both on the team.
That's interesting. So what is it
And
like?
it is very hard
Where's practice and where is the actual
So
on the river.
really?
Yeah, in
And
a
is the river
boat.
close by to the school?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like 20 minutes, you had to take
Okay.
a bus to practice every day.
Wow,
But-
that's interesting.
If I could tell you that playing a D1 sport is one of the best things that I've ever been a part of,
Yeah.
got an experience to, if anybody has the experience or has the opportunity to go D1 and you don't take it, you're missing out.
Yeah.
I don't care what you say. You are chosen on a team, and that school does nothing but pay for everything that you want and need, especially at a D1 level. I mean, we had 3 workouts a day. We had to get up at 5 a.m. and be at the weight room. We had a second workout, which was either indoors. It was either on a erg or on a bike or some other physical activity.
Sometimes
and then
it'd be recovery,
recovery.
Yeah.
And then we would go out on the river at night or
Wow.
not in the evening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was taxing to the most, but it just sets you up so well.
Yeah.
There's no discipline like that, and you would get fed everything you want. You had a nutritionist who told you exactly what you needed to eat
Yeah.
according
Wow.
to your standards. You would go up. We had our own lounges where only students could be. All the food was free.
Wow.
Everything was
It's
taken
quite an
care of
experience.
you.
Yeah, it's quite an experience to actually live at a D1 level at a school like that.
Clothes,
Yeah.
shoes, Under Armour sponsored everything for us.
People
All of
doing
our
your
clothes
laundry,
were. It's crazy to be
Yeah.
a part of a team like that. Even the weight room was like a gym that you've never seen before.
you'd pay $300 a month to get into this. Yeah,
Nice.
it's something to experience. If you get the opportunity or you're striving for, it's definitely worth it. Not even what they supply you with, but the discipline
Even
that
the
you learn to
trainers.
do everything else, or the access of people you have to after is
Yeah, that too.
quite incredible
Yeah.
and helping to your future self. But yeah, it was an incredible experience, even to build your character.
yeah.
What exactly is D1?
A Division I sport, it's the highest
highest
division
level.
that you could be.
Is it varsity for high school? Where
Correct,
it's
but it's like you go from D1 to professional.
oh,
You don't really get
okay.
chosen
Yeah.
out of
There's D1, D2, and D3.
I see.
And then there's below D3 schools as well.
I see.
But the higher you go,
March
division-
Madness in basketball. March Madness.
don't
These
know.
you don't know
I don't
at
know
all?
sports
No
at all.
sports.
Really?
Yeah, no
Oh.
sports at all.
So all these top
It's just
these-
the highest level of
Yeah, I
collegiate
get
you can
it.
play.
Yeah.
like
yeah.
the pros are scouting D1.
Yes, exactly. So it just the resources they give you
Yeah.
right now, me and Tor go to an acupuncturist down on Long Island, and she's an NFL grade acupuncturist. She'll charge probably, I don't know what she charges, but let's just say per session it costs you $300 to go see her, let's say, for an hour session. At school, we got that for nothing.
Wow. Free
Free.
acupuncture is crazy.
Free. Ice baths, hot baths,
hot
Amazing.
tubs, cold plunges.
what's those cupping, like the cupping where they
Yeah.
heat it, put on your back? Free.
Massages.
Anytime you wanted to
Yeah,
walk
like-
into the room,
Amazing.
to the sports medicine room.
Let's talk about acupuncture. I never tried it and I want to. What do you guys use it for?
We use it now. I use it both for recovery and even more now as a relaxing thing. I mean, day to day, I'm like running around with like a chicken with my head cut off. And some days I'm working 12, 14 hours. And that hour in the middle of the day where you get to go do acupuncture, lay on a table and just like listen to like meditation music, it makes me like have to calm down.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I enjoy it more than
Releasing
like the
pressure
regular
points.
person does.
Yeah.
Because people are like, it hurts. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. Sometimes
I mean,
it does.
if you don't like needles, you're not gonna like it. But like, it's very soothing. Like
It's
you get a
relaxing.
massage, get the needles put in. The
As long
pressure
as they're
points
good, I guess.
make you relax. Yeah, as long as the person's good. But yeah, the pressure points make you like relaxed. Just taxing. I mean, now we're not like the biggest athletes. We do run. We do like go to the gym, regularly. But also like, at least like for me, it's different. But like we're always running around together. But like now that I'm studying, like hours a day, I'm always hunched over. Like being able to release those neck muscles, like just anything. Like if you're a person that sits at a desk and you're always hunched over from that 9 to 5,
Absolutely.
going to get acupuncture once a week is probably going to help your posture and even your neck muscles relax, so you don't get like chronic headaches or what.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have asthma and I looked into what's good for
Oh.
asthma and I heard
Acupuncture,
it
really?
might
Oh,
work. So I was
wow.
thinking about trying it. So when you guys go, what do you ask for? You just want to relax? I know they ask you, what are you looking for, right? Is there pain somewhere?
She normally just does like our whole body.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's just to
Yeah.
relax the whole body?
Yeah.
go
Yeah,
for-
you can
okay.
obviously, you'll tell them like, I don't know.
Shoulder pain.
Yeah, like I'll
something
get like
that.
severe during the semester. I get like very bad headaches because I'm always looking at a screen, because I'm always hunched over. Like I probably study 6 hours a day during the semester.
Wow.
But like my head at night like hurts. Like like my eyes are done. Like I feel like I have a headache in my eyes. Like so that like really helps. But like you'll tell her like, I don't know, my knee hurts. I went running too hard and I think like, I tweaked something. She'll do something extra.
Or
you
like
know.
in the pressure point that
Yeah.
she thinks will help
Will
in
help
you.
that
Yeah.
area.
It's really.
You should
We've
try
only
it.
done it. We've only started doing it this year, but it's very helpful, I would say.
Yeah. I would just look for somebody who's good.
Yeah.
I trust her because I know that she works on like high level people, but I like am severely scared to go to like a chiropractor who like cracks your back, and like I would never go to somebody that I didn't know was good, I wouldn't just be like, I think I'm gonna try acupuncture and like look up someplace in town to go get acupuncture,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, maybe do a consultation or something.
yeah, I want to
Yeah.
see somebody's like
Or get referred by
results.
somebody.
Yeah,
Just by like
right.
hearing what she's done to people, I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, I'll try it now.
Absolutely.
kind of thing.
Absolutely. Where in the timeline is the Long Island Cannabis Company? Did it open yet in this timeline where you guys are done with college?
No. So it actually just opened
Oh, nice. How long ago?
a year.
A year.
Nice.
Exactly, like maybe 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my dad opened that Long Island dispensary, Long Island
Nice.
Cannabis Club, a year ago with a few of his partners.
Okay.
It like just maybe 3 or 4 years ago became legalized
Yeah.
on Long Island to actually
Yeah.
open dispensary. I think he was maybe the second or third to open up on Long Island, and yeah, it's doing very well.
You guys ever work there? You guys involved
Oh
anywhere?
yeah, we were
24/7.
there all the
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
we are there all the time. Yeah.
Once our family is very like, once one person does one thing, like everyone gets in it. We're very like family oriented like that.
Nice.
Like if you need help, we're there.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's yeah.
Nice. How's it going? Is it a good business?
Yeah.
I hear good and bad.
It's hard to get into it.
Yeah.
But it's very good. I mean, there's, at least to give like perspective on Long Island, there's dispensaries doing millions a month.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
But not even that. Like, you meet a lot of people who actually need this,
Yeah.
like, for their day-to-day life. A lot of people you'll see, like, hate it, think that it's the worst thing in the world.
Absolutely.
And some people love it. There's always that split in every business, or every, it's the same with like alcohol and cigarettes. Like, some people
Absolutely.
love it, and some people are like, what are you doing? So there's always that split, but like, some people like have chronic headaches, migraines that absolutely need this. Some people have seizures every day that need to use a high grade that helps them, or are going through the hardest chemo ever and it makes them eat. Like, so some people actually need this, and like, people come in and like tell their story for you to help them and to recommend something that they need. Like, it is quite incredible, like, how many people come in that absolutely need this for their day-to-day life, and they're not like some young kid that lays on the couch because they love to smoke all day long and like don't have a job.
It's also
like,
very regulated.
It's very regulated, and like, more than half, I would say 70% of our clientele is like people that absolutely need it for their day-to-day life.
And over like probably 40 years old.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're
It's
like,
like
older
70%
people.
of our
Like,
clientele.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
so it's not like people are always like, oh my God, these young kids are going to be going in there all the time. It's actually quite the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not them. It's too expensive for them.
Yeah, they're on
honestly.
the street still.
On the
right?
street
Yeah.
is still cheaper than
Yeah.
us. But our store, any store in New York State is very regulated.
Yeah.
As far as like the amount of THC that's allowed.
I noticed
It's
that.
only 100 milligrams per package that's allowed
Yeah.
in like an edible or anything like that. So it's very regulated, and it must be grown in New York.
Oh, I didn't know it had to be grown here.
Has to be.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of
It's
the
super regulated
one of
with how
our
many
huge
rules.
partners is Dank, and
Oh,
their
okay.
farm is right in Poughkeepsie.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Nice.
So most of these guys, there's some probably over here. There's some in Kingston. Some of our biggest partners are right here.
Yeah.
In in the Hudson Valley, a lot of them are.
Perfect.
Yeah, which is really cool.
Nice. Let's move on to the Double the Hustle podcast. When did that start and why?
So that just started like a year ago.
Okay.
I mean, for years, Tor has always said like we have to do something together. We're twins, and we have to use this to our advantage, right? So a little over a year ago, I had gotten out of my relationship, and me and Tor had become like closer together, like we were coming back together. And she's like, we have to do something. At that point, we had met Bryce Ekwall, who is the one who produces our podcast now.
Okay.
We had gone to a live podcast event that he had shot. He had their Damon the Shark, Ali Krieger, all these people spoke on stage live in front of a huge audience as a podcast setup, just in front of a huge audience.
Super cool.
Which was amazing. The
Yeah.
event was the best thing we could have ever gone to. We met a lot of people, and we walked away from that event, and he had been saying that he was putting out podcast classes and how to run a podcast and how to do it, and he would do everything for you. And we had followed him and started seeing it, and Tor was like, let's start a podcast. And I was like, okay. I was like, but we don't know how to do anything. And I said, like, let's just jump on a call with Bryce. I don't care how much it costs. Let's just do it. It's going to build us relationships that we would have never have met, whatever, these last 40 episodes.
Yeah.
We would have never have met any of these people. None. We would have never met the guys that we met at Crema today if it wasn't for our podcast. So I just think that, it's all about relationships. We started it, and I was like, I don't care how much it costs. Let's just jump in with Bryce. He can take care of everything. And we started from there, and just
and our first episodes were by ourselves.
Yeah.
And we're like, I don't know if we should do this.
Yeah. You just keep going. I
Because-
promise it gets better, okay?
watch our
Just
first
hold
episode, we're like, oh man, like this is really hard. Because at first it was going to be like just us talking about like
Being
conversations, being twins, being business people, what we thought, right? We get there and we sit at the microphones for maybe 15 minutes, like, what the hell are we going to talk about? And we had shit
What did
all
we just
planned out.
start? What did we just start? We had 4 episodes to shoot that one day.
That
In
one day.
and it's just you two for those 4 episodes.
Yeah.
I'm like, these are going to be like 15 minutes each.
Yeah. Oh my God. But it gets better. And honestly, like, it was the best thing that we've ever done because this whole year we've met like many people that we just even like are from different walks of life, learning about their story, how we can implement, whatever they, just different things and different how people grew up. We're very focused on like the twin thing. So we are trying to get other twin guests on there that like we just want to see how their experience as twins are, if they're in the same career, if they're not, whatever, growing up. So that's how it started. But then we've also done people of different walks of life that we want to just get to know and like what their experience is as an entrepreneur, having a podcast, doing social media, and how we can take that and, learn from it, basically.
Absolutely.
Yeah, all about learning.
So in the beginning, when you guys started just doing it just YouTube, what was like the goal with it?
We didn't know.
Okay.
Yeah. We just started it as like something
That people
that we
want to
can
hear.
do.
Yeah,
Okay.
like we literally started, our first episodes were like us being twins, how we think our family thinks that we got switched at birth.
Like things like that, yeah.
What?
Yeah, stuff like that. That was like in our first 4 episodes, right? And so we were like, oh shit, like this, people want to hear that like
Absolutely.
story, right?
It's unique.
Yeah.
So that's how we started. And then we were like, you know what, let's get guests on. Let's hear, I think it'll be way easier to like
will be.
converse with other people.
With other people, yeah. It's hard to
Absolutely.
And
do it solo.
yeah, it's way
bet.
better. It's very hard to do solo. As you know, like you run a
Absolutely.
podcast
I
and
never did a solo episode. I don't even want to.
Yeah. I mean,
you're by yourself
By
really,
myself
but like
for real, yeah.
it's hard.
Yeah.
It's just it's hard talking together that you sit here with someone
Yeah.
for 24/7 and then you try to talk to them on a camera, but like it's very
Yeah.
forced.
Yeah.
it's
So,
hard. It's hard.
Yeah, but it eventually grew into like us wanting to just build relationships. As you know, a podcast is super hard to grow. It's more about like, I think, hearing other people talk, learning their experience, and how you can kind of grow from it yourself and just build a relationship now that you have 20 other relationships of your guests all over New York or wherever wherever you get
Yeah.
them from. Super interesting to see different walks of life, how they did things, how they messed up, how they succeeded, and maybe you could take from that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the ups and downs with the podcast.
Yeah.
You guys about, what you said, 40 episodes in?
Somewhere
Yeah,
around
I think
there.
So what is our count?
The last I checked, I
wanna
thought it was
see.
like 30 something, but it might be 40
Yeah,
now.
it might not even be 40. Let's see. Today an episode came out. What is that number? Let's see.
Three hours ago. I don't see an episode number.
Episodes. Oh, there is no episode numbers.
Yeah, there's
See
no number
all?
on that one. The newest one doesn't have a number on it. Or does it? No, I don't see a number on it. Gotta talk to the producer. I don't see numbers on here.
Yeah, there's no numbers. Damn.
I would say, I don't know, we've been probably doing it about 8 months and at least, I'd say maybe like 35,
All right.
something like that.
So the ups and the downs, like what are the
Yeah,
best parts
33
about it?
was
33.
today.
Yeah.
So what are the best parts about it, and what have been the hardest parts about it?
I think the best part about it is the relationships and meeting people.
Yeah.
Because there's where else do you meet more people or like-minded people?
Yep.
In
Yeah.
a sense, you don't
Yep.
unless you ask or you invite them on your podcast, or it's even at a networking event. It gets weird.
Yeah.
Who wants to go to a networking event? At least for me, like I don't drink. So I'm going to walk around with a drink. There's a lot of people there and it gets scary to talk to people. Honestly, like you are walking around just meeting people and it's cool. I'll go, it's fun. We went to one together and
Absolutely.
it was a good time. But we also watched somebody speak.
Yeah.
So it gave us a little breaker,
Yeah.
you know, in between. We're just walking around talking to people. So it's hard. So I think that a podcast builds relationships in an intimate way.
Yeah.
And it's more than just like a hello, what do you do? It's we get to know each other for an hour. And I think the hardest part about it is finding people to say yes. I think that's really hard. And it's just a numbers game. Like sales or like anything else, the more people you ask, the more people are going to say yes and no.
You'll actually be surprised about how many people like don't want to put their like are scared to put themselves, and they're like, oh, but I don't. We've had a few people like, oh, I've never been on camera before. Like I think I'd be super awkward. We're like, don't worry about it. Like we're going to be asking you the questions. You don't have to really come up with anything but answer the questions.
I think something that we've been fortunate with is our editing people. And I think that's something that me and Tor are a little bit blind to because me and Tor pay to have everything done for us. I probably would have given up by now if I was sitting in the chair editing everything myself.
Yeah.
I can be 100% honest.
Yeah.
It would have never worked for me. So
100%.
I think that if you're starting a podcast and you don't want to do that, money can be an issue too because it is expensive to have a podcast, and continue to be consistent is the name of the game. And if you can't be consistent, you're never going to win. So I think that probably is hard too, unless you're editing, like you said, yourself, but it takes so much more time.
So much time. Every reel, every episode, adjusting every audio level, every detail.
Yeah, we're so fortunate for that.
Yeah, so I think
really, I'm not kidding.
What do you think's the hardest thing for your podcast?
I would say the editing.
Yeah,
I don't look forward to it at all.
Yeah.
I love the conversations, but then after I cut, now it's like, all right, all the work begins now.
Yeah,
That's
That's the part that I don't look forward to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's just the other thing is, I think just being able to look and see the vision of where you want it to go, or like you said, what the purpose of it is.
People think it's going to grow so fast, and it really doesn't. And people also think that like, oh, are you going to? That was people's thing. Oh, so like, how are you going to make money off this?
Yeah.
That's
Well,
not what
guess
it's
what?
about.
You don't really do that.
You can't.
I mean,
You gotta blow
We're
up.
spending money on it.
Yeah.
You have to spend a lot of money and
Before you
work
make
for
money.
3-4 years to
Consistently.
then
Make money.
maybe
Get a brand deal.
get a brand deal, sponsorships. You know,
Put their coffee
it's
on the
very
table
hard.
during the video.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
Yep.
So
hard.
like, and that maybe even just for like free product of the coffee.
Yep.
Like people don't see like that part, and it's just honestly, like what was yours for the relationship as well? Because like I feel like the relationship is the biggest part, and like learning other people's way and just building relationships that maybe help you in other ways in life.
Absolutely.
Because I don't see any other way that it would really be helpful unless you're like already have a following and like a huge following on social media, and then you start a podcast.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Do you remember how we started communicating? Did I find you guys, or did you guys find my podcast?
I think that you found us.
Okay.
After we did the podcast with Dave Regina.
Oh, okay. I do follow
So
him.
we
Maybe
had
that's
Dave
how it
on our
was.
podcast, and all props to him because he is really the one who opened us up to Westchester County.
There you
Yeah.
go.
He was so grateful to come on our podcast, and I, as a person of like faith, I look up to him tremendously in everything that he's done in his life because he's gone from being down to up, and to see somebody do that, not only to hear them talk about it, but he lives what he speaks every day on his social media, from getting up early to going to sleep late to his faith to everything.
His family,
his
everything.
family life,
Fitness.
Yeah.
everything. And he was the one who said yes right away. He came on our podcast and he kind of opened it up like, if you need help, you let me know and I'll send you guests. And to have somebody in your corner like that right off the bat, I mean, he was probably one of our 10
Nice.
Like
our
first
beginning-
10 episodes.
First 10 episodes, he is probably in there. And he sent us, I mean, a lot of guests.
Yeah.
A lot of guests. So that was probably the person who, he opened us up to each other, and he opened us up to all of Westchester County. He's the one who really he probably doesn't know it, but he helped us a
Yeah.
lot. Definitely a lot.
Networking is everything.
Yeah.
That's the common theme of this conversation.
Yeah,
From your father's network to now you guys networking.
Yeah.
100%.
Networking is a superpower.
I mean, at least for the goal for our podcast, like I do want to grow it so that we could build more relationships and use them outside of the podcast. Of course, I would love to land a sponsorship deal that pays for our podcast. That way we can continue doing it
Right.
and not have to keep putting money into it, but
Absolutely.
just have it paid for every month
Absolutely.
by sponsors or whatever. And that would be great. Or even partial of it to be paid.
Right.
But we can still benefit from it, building relationships each month. And it can translate into, owning real estate. I sell real estate. So for
Business,
me, opening, doing real estate, everybody is trying to buy, sell, invest, do things like that, even for Tor and her becoming a vet. But we have other business ventures besides that. Like we said at the coffee shop today, they're trying to open more.
Yep.
It would be amazing for them to bring one down to Long Island and for us to be able to sit and invest in that,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's just about really creating more relationships and being able to invest in
Open
in
doors.
multiple things and
Yeah.
open doors. But at the same time, it would be great to get a sponsorship to have our podcast paid for. Why not? You know?
Absolutely. 100%. That's the goal.
Yeah.
Let's talk about SGU. Where is SGU?
In Grenada. So it's St. George's University. It's like the last Caribbean island before Venezuela, right by Trinidad and Tobago.
How'd that happen?
So
How'd you get there?
becoming a vet is like
How'd you go?
really hard and competitive.
Really?
Just like med school, like you hear people like distraught over like not getting accepted to med school. Like, but there are only like 30, maybe 32 schools in the States that
Okay.
have a vet program. And then there are schools outside of the States that also have vet programs. So I applied to every school that I basically could. I applied to probably about 10, 15 schools. And I got in there and I was like, you know what? Instead of going through another round, let me just go there. And so I've been there for about a year and a half now. And yeah.
You're actually traveling there?
Oh, yeah.
That's wild.
Yep. Very wild.
Tell us about
I'm
over
there
there.
for both fall and spring semester for 4 months.
Wow. That puts a damper on the podcasting too, no?
Yes. She'll
it's
come
hard.
home in between to film.
Yep.
So that
you
we
just
can
film
get
a lot, as much as you
Oh,
can.
yeah.
Yeah, we just try to get
every 4 to 6 podcasts every time we film. We try.
Yeah, we film like on a 1 day for the month basis.
That's wild.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this Friday we have 4 podcasts
wow.
booked
Yeah.
in New York City.
That sucks when people cancel. You guys got cancellations, right?
We probably get 1 cancel every time.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Same. I'm always getting canceled on.
And-
It's normal.
Yeah.
normal.
Yeah. But I didn't realize that was a thing until
Yeah.
our
Until
producer
our
said
producer
it's
told
not
us.
you.
Yeah.
I was like, Bryce, this is sucks.
Yeah, we were
man.
like, what happens? Like, why is this? Yeah.
I think
Like,
it's their anxiety. People, like you were saying
Yeah.
earlier, people don't want to be on camera. They're scared.
You know
I think
what?
it's that.
I don't. For us, at least, it's some people who do podcasts, and I would never do that to somebody who does a podcast.
Yeah.
Ever would I ever cancel on you because I know what it feels like to be canceled on.
That's
so the fact that
horrible.
you turn around and canceled on somebody, and you know what it feels like to be canceled on, that's crazy.
That's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We've
yeah.
had a few of that, but
some
it's
of
fine. It
some
is
of
what it
our
is.
the
Yeah, it is
biggest
what it is.
people have like canceled on us.
Wow.
Yeah. But it's
That's
okay.
wild.
The day of, not even
Yeah.
hours before.
Like we're driving up there. It takes us 3 hours, right?
Oh
or
my God.
whatever, 2 hours, right? We're driving up there, and they're like our third podcast, and we're like, "Oh, sorry,
We're
can't
not
make."
gonna make it.
Oh.
Okay.
Some people don't even reach out and say that. I have to reach out to confirm, and they say, "Oh, I can't." Like, you waited for me to reach out to confirm the day of.
Right.
The
It- like,
disrespect.
I always-
It always happens to us
Yeah,
the day
I'll always
before
confirm
or
like the day
of.
before, and then if they don't answer, I know I'm like, okay,
Quick, where are we gonna find one?
Yeah,
Oh man,
it's the worst.
that's tough.
And then we got to come up with one alone.
yeah. Oh yeah.
While
Back to
driving
episode
up.
1.
We're like practicing as driving. We
What
got
are we
got an
gonna talk
hour and a
about?
half. Think about it.
Yeah. So tell us about the school and the travel and the staying there and the language and the food. I would love to know about this, but I never heard of it.
Yeah,
I never
so-
heard of anything about it.
So
Have
it's
you ever been to an island at all?
In the
Of course,
Caribbean,
yeah,
like-
I'm Dominican.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah, I've been
so-
to many islands.
okay. This is like all transparency, right?
Let's do it.
I had never been out of the country anywhere before I went to Grenada. So when I got there, I was like, I do not want to stay here. Like, please. Like,
What
for the
about it?
next 4 months, like, I think it's very eye-opening. I've been there for the last year and a half. I'm super grateful for the opportunity. I'm going to put it out there. I would love to transfer back to the U.S. However, it was a great opportunity. When I was going through college, I always said, like, I would love to have the opportunity to study abroad, right? And I guess that was God answering my prayer, because I always said that. We always said that.
Manifestation, like the guy from Kretma.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely
and I never realized
Grenada, though. I
it.
wanted to be in Rome or something for my study abroad.
I should have been a little bit more
Paris.
specific too, but it's fine because I.
We learned from that lesson: be specific with your prayers.
Absolutely.
Busy will give you
because
anything.
I realized that just this semester after being there for a year, I'm on the phone with my mom and I'm like, wow, like that might have been like an answered prayer, because we always said we wanted to go to study abroad. And so whatever, I applied there. I'm like, you know what, let me go. We get there and I was like, wow, this is very different. It's a small island, must be like, you can drive around it, I think maybe in like 3 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. It's literally like one main road and they branch off into like little like
Side streets?
side
Something like
streets,
that?
but they're more like inlets kind of, because
Okay.
like it's very like long. And so the school is like very big into their like, not community or culture, but like the school has a lot to do with like what they like, how the island like survives kind of. So it's very centered around the school. There's not a lot there. Like, obviously, like your beaches, your hotels, your resorts are there. There's like beautiful sandals there. So like people do come there, but it's very like centered around students. Like there are a lot of students there. It's a med school and a vet school on top of like their regular college. And so you go there and like if you've never been out of the country or somewhere that's like, I don't know how to explain it, but like it's a little bit like desolate. Like it's definitely not like New York. Like, so
Absolutely.
yeah, it's a very slow paced, very different lifestyle. And I could tell you I learned a lot from going there for 4 months to coming back to New York. Because I come back and I'll tell Anna, like, she'll be yelling about something. I'll be like, just chill the fuck out. It's fine. Like, calm down.
I'm like,
please.
no, you don't understand. I've been here for 4 months. You haven't been here? Like, I'm so over
Literally,
it.
we have that conversation all the time because it's very eye-opening to going there and having to slow down. Because, like, there's nothing else to do but, like, go out with your friends, study. Like, there are coffee shops there, but it's not like you can't go to a Target there and shop around. Like, there's very few, like, there may be 2 supermarkets, 3 supermarkets. You know, like, there's little malls here and there, but they're not really malls. There's, like, this one center with, like, a supermarket and a few different shops, like, that locals have. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
like, it's very different. And it makes you, like, slow down and realize life and have patience.
It's more like being grateful.
Yeah,
Because even
you're-
I visit, it's just very poor.
Yeah.
It's very poor. And
Yeah.
it's sad to see people live like that.
Yeah.
Like, it makes you, like
like
that-
very grateful.
Like, grateful for what you have, in a
Yeah.
sense, you know?
You visited?
Yeah.
Nice.
But, like, I
Ask
like...
her-
What?
So we went there the first time we went there, and like of course we love it because like we're going to like the beach, and
yeah.
like my ex-girlfriend is like, yeah, I want to go to Grenada. My cousin and her would, you know, we went down there together, and they love it. And like they're like to Tor, like, this is awesome. I want to go to school here. Like, this is what they're saying because they love to sit on the beach. That's what they love
Of
to do.
course.
That's
Yeah.
not what you have in New York.
Exactly.
So it's just when they go there for fun, the resorts are beautiful.
I bet.
I mean, you spend $1 million a night to stay there. They're gorgeous. It's like any,
Yeah.
you know, amazing resort that, you know, you're staying at.
Yeah.
But when you walk outside the resort, which is where you go to school, it is not.
yeah, it's just like it's great.
not
like
pretty.
go there on vacation, a week and a half, great.
Cool.
4 months, it's a little bit of like.
And it's not like you're staying in a resort when you're at school. Like
Yeah.
if you could live in the resort, it would be cool. But they actually don't allow you to do that.
It's too expensive.
So it's great.
No,
It's-
I don't think it's too expensive. They just don't want students living at the resorts.
Okay.
Where I guess people.
yeah,
vacation.
I mean, I've inquired, but I've had one person say yes, but it's like an absurd amount of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's it's just very different. Very grateful for the experience. I would love to transfer and get the opportunity to come back to the U.S. But we'll see what happens.
Let's talk about the bands that you guys have. That's the Whoop, is it called?
Yeah.
Yes.
Tell us about that. Do you recommend it?
Oh yeah, I love this thing. So I don't know if you've ever the owner. Do you know who he is?
I feel like I have on a podcast, but I forgot.
Yeah, so he's been on a few podcasts. I don't know his exact name. I could find it, but he's from Long Island, first of
Okay.
all, the owner. He has done like amazing work. I'll look it up after, but he's done like amazing work. He built this thing out of college.
Okay.
And has just like evolutionized it over and over and over to make it better. And I love it. It attaches right to my phone. I don't even use it as far as like the max it could be, everything that it could be used for. I don't use it for like exercise, anything like that. It tracks my sleep and I love that. I could like wake up and see how I slept and like everything, like if I slept like shit, if I have a good sleep score, if I woke up in the middle of the night, how long I was in like REM sleep for, or like a deep sleep, or I think it's really cool. But
It's gotten way better though. It's like you count your steps on it, your
Yep.
heart rate.
Yeah.
Now
it tells you when you're in a stress level. It'll alert me like today
Too
you
high of
were
stress,
in a
like-
stress level for an hour or 4 minutes, or different things like that. But it's really cool to see everything like
Yeah.
that and have it like right on your phone.
Yeah.
which is really
Absolutely.
cool.
Use it for the same thing, just
Yeah,
to sleep.
Yeah, I use it for sleep, steps. I
Okay.
I just like to be in tune with my body. So you'll see it on there, and it's, I think, very incredible. I've heard
they've gotten
stories of
better
like
since I've gotten mine.
yeah,
like
they've come out with like more. I think for women it even like tracks your period.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
like it
or
does
like your ovulation levels or something
they've
like that.
come out with
yeah.
like amazing stuff, and like even like your heart rhythm, or like if you have like a different like arrhythmia or something. They've come out with like amazing things. Don't quote me on that, but they've just dropped like a whole new like subscription that like they can do that you can buy. But I think now it's a little bit more like of a trend to like be in tune with your body, but I think it's super
you
helpful.
can wear
I've
it
heard
on your
stories.
You can wear it up here.
Yeah.
I've seen rings too. I think there's an aura
Aura
ring.
Yes.
rings.
Like that.
But like I've heard stories where like it detects something that's wrong with your body before you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think is super interesting, but then you have people say like now like your body is like in an app where like people can track it. So like
Yeah,
now
the
you're
tracking doesn't matter.
now you're giving
The
your
reason
stuff
I
away,
don't
but
do it,
like
because I know there's a lot of benefits, but
Yeah.
it's like I don't want to be too conscious and too focused on
that.
Like,
I
what am I
totally agree.
sleeping? What's this
Yeah.
like? When is my
Yeah.
heart rate high? Oh, maybe I shouldn't do the activity no more because my heart
I
rate's
totally
too high.
agree with that.
I don't want to be too focused and too in tune, but being in tune is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I agree with that because like you have people that like our great grandma lived to 105,
Woo,
and
God
she
bless.
had none of this.
She ate pasta every day.
Literally. And
she
we're
wanted.
like, oh, let's not eat seed oils, no red 40, no blue this, and it's like, but
She had everything.
yeah.
Some people are smokers their whole life and they die in the
Literally.
hundreds.
So so
Yeah.
it's just like
Everybody's
which way do
body's
you go?
different, though.
Yeah. Like
Some people have heart attacks at the age of 20.
yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like which way do you go? Do you
I
follow
think this
everything
new
or
thing,
you not?
the
Like,
new thing, they have like these biker shorts that you could wear, like like girls wear like
spandex?
spandex,
Yeah.
like tight shorts, and it goes like right in the little band. So you don't have to wear it on your wrist if you don't
Interesting.
want to like anybody to see it.
Yeah.
You just slip it. It has like a little pocket, and you wear it right in
That's
like your
nice.
leggings or something like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's cool. It's really cool.
so many new things.
Yeah, but it's a very good company. Even if you
Yeah,
look
I
up the
love it.
company, I know for a fact that there's a podcast on him. This
Yeah,
girl
I feel like I
Beverly
have,
does a
yeah.
podcast. Her name's Beverly. She's from London, and she had him on the podcast, and he talks about everything that they do,
Mm.
and it's it's genius.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's insane to watch somebody grow a brand as big as Whoop from their college dorm
Right.
Yeah.
to a multi, probably, I don't know, it could probably sell for
Probably $1 billion by now.
billion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Crazy.
It's crazy to see and to hear, you know, that it's.
Absolutely.
I have this really good mentor. I mean, I would like to call him a mentor. I really don't know. But he is, I call him Grandpa Tony. He helped me and Tor start our sister's fundraiser this past year that we had down at Patricia's. And he sat down with me the other day and we were catching up. I seen him on Friday, and he was very, very big into 1-800-Flowers when it first started. And he grew this company to, you know, be what it is today. He was the head of relationships. And he sat down with me at a table the other day, and he said, all you need is a product. And I said, Tony, you can't say that. Like, that's so vague. But it's true. Like, you just have to see the vision in the product. Where at one time he was sitting in his dorm room looking at this like it would never work. And now it's a multi-billion-dollar company. It's a product and the relationships that you make that get it to where it's going to be. And the vision that you have that you portray on other people. And I just thought that he kept saying that to me, like, all you have to do is trial and error on a product. And I was like, that's so hard to do because to start something from like nobody looking at it to it becoming a multi-billion-dollar company. Same with Comfort. You know the Comfort sweatshirts?
Yep.
Yeah,
It's
that's
the kid
huge
Hudson.
now.
His name's Hudson. He started the company from his basement. And this year, I just watched him on a podcast. It's going to do $750 million off of sweatshirts that he sold to the people, telling them that if you have anxiety, this is a heavyweight hoodie that's going to make you feel comfortable. Sell the vision. And he's going to do $750 million off of a sweatshirt, sweatpants this year.
Insane.
Crazy.
Insane.
That's insane.
Insane.
The fundraiser you mentioned, was that the GG Golden Festival?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Tell us
Yeah.
about that. What is that?
Yeah, so we started it 2 years ago because our sister passed away. We wanted to raise money for Friends of Karen. That's a foundation that helped us when she was sick.
I see.
This organization would do everything for us, from give us Christmas gifts to back to school. Every holiday we got this huge gift basket of things that we all needed, and they would drop it at our house. So we wanted to do a fundraiser to give money to them for families who need it now. And we did one in our backyard 2 years ago that we raised money for, and then this year we wanted to do it bigger. And Patricia's of Hicksville was where we hosted it this year. And Sal and Tony are the guys over there that own it and run the place. They were gracious enough to take us in and help us. I mean, literally do everything to get, you know, the day
rolling.
ready,
Yeah.
because we could have never have done it without
Yeah, they
without
were
their
so
help,
great.
without
Yeah.
them backing us. I mean, we went to other restaurants and they tried to kill us
I bet.
for the
Yeah.
amount of money that they wanted up front before the fundraiser. I was like, I can't do that.
I bet.
And
Yeah.
Tony was like, give me $500 and I'll see you the day of the
Wow.
event. Then you can give me the money at the end. And
Yeah.
I
That's
was like,
amazing.
Yeah.
this is who I'm meant to be with.
Yeah.
So those guys have helped us so much, and even now he's gonna help us open like our own non-for-profit so that we could start helping specific families and seeing where the money's going instead of just letting it go to. Even though we trust the foundation, we want to start, you know, picking and actually like being
Choosing where we
beneficial
put it.
to
Yeah.
where we go
That's beautiful.
with it,
Yeah.
which is really cool. And it's really exciting because it's something that we talk about all the time.
Yeah.
I was telling Tor in the car on the way here, we went to the event together to watch Bedros speak.
Yeah.
And Bedros' number one goal is to be the number one donor at what is it? Schwein's Children's Hospital.
Oh, nice.
I don't know where it is. It's in California somewhere.
Okay.
But in order to get to number one, he has to pass Justin Timberlake
Wow.
because he's the number one donor at the hospital right now.
Wild.
And I was telling Tor, like, how cool would it be to be the #1 donor at the hospital that our sister was at on Long Island.
Yep.
So I think over hearing Bedros speak about it and him getting to be #4, you know, like I really want to make that one of our goals, to be #1 at Cohen's Children's Hospital, which was where she was for a long period of her, you know, chemo and stuff like that, which would be really cool. But, you know, it's all about starting and just helping.
Yep.
And it's the one thing that we don't make money off of, but it's so fun to do.
Yeah. Super
Like
fun. That was, like,
our event was just so fun, and like everybody's smiling and having a good time, and it was like nothing that, like, it took so much to put on that event, but like it was just like so fun. It's like your podcast, like you love it, and it costs so much money, it makes you nothing, but it's so fun to do, you know? Yeah, it's really true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
it's so fun, and it's just something that like lights you up inside, and like, you know that when it like lights you up, you should like keep doing it, you know?
Super fun.
So
We're gonna do it every year.
I want to add more to our year and do more events, but it takes, you know, growing that event to be huge in order to do other little events. So
Absolutely.
we'll see where it takes us.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really awesome.
Yeah.
We're nearing the end of the podcast. If
Yeah.
you could please let the people know where they could find you, anything you have coming up you want them to tune into, and any last words.
Well, you guys can find us on Instagram. We are the Traina Twins on Instagram, and on YouTube, Double the Hustle. Please, you know, go watch our podcast. We have a podcast with Franjez that you could go watch that's come out.
Yeah.
It's great. Some crazy stories in there that you can go watch and listen to. But we'd be honored to have you guys come on our side and watch Double the Hustle. So please like, subscribe, comment, whatever you guys would want to see from us as twins. And things coming up for us. You know, we're nearing the end of the year and a new year. So it's exciting to get, you know, your new goals in order to kind of attack the next year. And I think a lot of it is just really building more relationships and just being like true to myself, at least, and finding, you know, what makes you the happiest. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much. I feel like it's all about stop chasing and just find what makes you happy.
Yeah.
That's I feel like what I'm trying to get at. I'm trying to just get closer with myself, with God, and just find what makes me happy, whether that's fitness,
just helps
selling
you get
real
there.
estate, and continuing to
about just
grow.
money.
And it's not about obviously money. I love it. I'm
helps,
never gonna
but-
stop, you know.
You
but
gotta look at your family relationships and
it's hard, So
be
I
in the
just
present moment.
continue to grow and continue to have respect for other people, meet those people, learn from them, and take it on as myself. But I'm excited for this year. We have some bigger things that we want to do, like investing in real estate, and getting our first, you know, transaction under our belts, which will be fun. So we'll see. Let's see if we
amazing.
can make it happen.
we're gonna write down our goals for the new year.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Did that cover everything, or do you have any last words?
No, just super grateful for you having us on.
Yeah.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much for our first podcast.
Yeah.
Great opportunity. And we're gonna do more. So I hope
Definitely.
to collab more in the future.
Definitely. Thank you guys for coming through for the great conversation.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And thank you everybody that watched. Peace and love.
Bye, guys.